Good morning. Um, Today I'm presenting a case study on the Carlston Company and protecting children in the global tourism industry. It is part of our organization development course, and the professor is Fatiha Inserto and I'm Sania Zaman. Uh, just to give you an overview, the Carlson Company is a globally recognized leader in the travel and hospitality space. It demonstrates a commitment to ethical business practices and corporate social responsibilities by signing code of conduct. So they want to make sure whatever their practices are, it is going to be ethical. And to make sure of that, they have proper documentation and paperwork in place. Now, this code signifies dedicating is sorry, the code is defined so that it can be dedicated to safeguarding children from exploitation and educate stakeholders about the risk and the science of exploitation, because not everyone is super aware of exactly what exploitation is, and people can knowingly or unknowingly commit such crime. So it is very important to educate people on how to really behave. Now, the case is the company is developing a hotel complex in Costa Rica, and Costa Rica, because it's such a it's such a popular tourist destination, it is very lucrative, and there's a lot of opportunity to expand and contribute to the local economy. Although it is very lucrative and it contributes a lot to the economy, it also raises a lot of ethical and environmental and social concerns for Carlson Company. Now getting to the questions, why code of conduct? Like in the last slide, I explained code of conduct is important because it is a formal piece of document that states how we should be behaving, what our responsibilities are socially, environmentally, and responsibly. Um, um, it is to promote the social responsibility and protect children, in this case, from sexual abuse in the tourism industry, which aligns with very well with the values of the company. I believe that the decision shows the company's commitment on upholding human rights, enforcing positive um, image in the within the industry. So it also means that if the Carlson company upholds their corporate social responsibility, it brings a very positive image for them in the industry and in the society in general. So other than the fact that it's a very good thing to do, it also improves the company's image. Now, advantages and disadvantages of developing in Costa Rica. We know that Costa Rica is a very popular tourist destination. It is beautiful, lots of nature, and it is very, very lucrative also. And the hotel complex is beneficial for Costa Rica's tourism and economic development, because when this hotel is ready, a lot of people will come, they'll enjoy their stay in Costa Rica, but it also has a lot of negative effects. For example, the cultural the culture will be disrupted a little bit, um, especially in terms of like child abuse and taking advantage of people. It could lead to all of those issues because you don't know where people are coming from. So, and also in terms of like stakeholders, and also environmental damage is a very big concern because any development causes a big disruption to the nature. And that is why it is so important to balance all these factors, balance positive and negative, and making sure we are taking steps towards um, nullifying those effects, if any. Who are the stakeholders in Costa Rica development? I think local community is definitely a big one, because when you're building a hotel there, the local community is going to be impacted in a positive, because there could be generation of employment, but negatively because it will disturb their natural environment, and also culturally they could have been disturbed because there are going to be lots of influx from outside. Investors and employees, of course, like I said, employment will improve, but also investors will be impacted because they are the ones who are putting in the money. And what if things go wrong? And also environmental groups, for sure. this is a very, very thin thread to walk on. And I think environmental groups are very are major contributors, especially as a stakeholder. And development, government and regulatory bodies, there are lots of licenses and permits that's required. And I think for Carlston to have an up and running hotel industry, this stakeholder piece is very important. And each of these have their own powers and interests, and this can influence the project's outcome severely. Ethical consideration. Like I said, the compliance for ethical standards is very important for both positive and negative aspects of the hotel that is being built in Costa Rica. Impact on local communities and environment. Um, when it comes to developing a hotel complex in Costa Rica, there are various ethical issues to answer. One of them is um, is the impact on local community and environment. Like I said, like people around where the hotel is going to be built are going to be impacted the most. Their day-to-day routines are going to be changed. So it is very important to like answer those questions that they have so that we can come up to a fair negotiation. Um, and also, this is a company's social responsibility to make sure people people are not impacted severely. They they get what they want, and also the environment should be protected. And these business ethics require respect for all parties involved. Compliance with code of conduct. So, what can we do to maintain the code of conduct that we talked about? Employees can be trained properly. There could be like training programs for them. There could be educational seminars for them so that they know the whole picture about the cause that we are going for. And also, they can collaborate with local authorities to know people well to make sure uh, they are protected, and also educate ourselves about what's going on in the society. And monitoring and reporting mechanism. Once we have educated, but still there could be isolated incidences that happen, and it's very important that there's a fair reporting mechanism, that no one should be afraid of reporting an incident if they have faced or seeing anything. And also, there has to be a proper check in place so that even if the code of conduct is followed, we need to, every 3 or 6 months, there should be a committee that reviews the entire thing and makes sure that we are reinstigating the thought in everyone's mind that that the marginalized group has to be protected, children have to be protected, environment has to be protected. It is part of the corporate social responsibility of Carlston Company. Conclusion. Carlson organization commits to safeguarding children and upholding ethical business conducts requires a careful assessment of the impact of its planned hotel project in Costa Rica. It should adopt ethical standards and prioritize stakeholders' interest in order to foster responsible and sustainable growth. And these are the references. Thank you.